The atmosphere backstage is electric. Best advice I can give anybody who wants to work in the backstage fashion industry is be prepared for this and more.
Good morning, Adam. We're so happy we're doing London Fashion Week with you today. Tell me, what inspired you to become a hairstylist?
Great question. Well, first of all, Adam thought he was going to be a runway model himself, but I was getting my hair done one day for a little shoot when I was in my early teens. And I don't know, something just clicked. I just decided, I was like, I'm going to be a hairdresser. And my parents were like, we've just paid for all this education and you're going to do what? And I'm so glad I rebelled and pursued a career in hair. I started literally that week washing hair in a salon, and the journey's just been non-stop ever since.
Tell me, how did you get involved in London Fashion Week?
I got into hairdressing very young, trained at Vidal Sassoon, and I had no idea about Fashion Week, what a session stylist was. I didn't even know that part of the industry existed. I just thought I've been in the best salons and Kate Moss is going to walk in one day. Fast forward a few more years and I got a bit of a break. I got asked to work with Cher in LA and I created wigs for her dancers. She performed in one of the wigs that I created, moved myself back to London, and that's how I really started to work full-time in session about 12, 15 years ago now. Here I am today leading shows at London Fashion Week myself.
Can you share a memorable moment from hairstyling hair for a fashion week?
I'm going to tell you a story about my first time backstage at Chanel and turning around and being stood next to Karl Lagerfeld. That was a real pinch me moment. You have to always remember that this is work, but we should also celebrate these sort of once-in-a-lifetime experiences.
As a global advocate for authentic beauty concept, what drew you to the brand?
First of all, the name. I've always been on this journey of finding peace with myself and the word authentic and beauty concept. Once I understood our core pillars, our beliefs, our connection with mindfulness, and the community element. I've gone through a lot in my life. I live with a disability. I'm a recovering addict, and authentic beauty concept genuinely came into my life when everything aligned. I started to get better, and I think just being associated, being part of a community, but also part of a family, and as cheesy as that may sound, that's how I operate, that's who my people are, and it's an authentic beauty concept family and community that I've found my place with.
Amazing. We love having you as our global advocate. What would you say is the most challenging aspect of styling hair for Fashion Week?
Well, for Fashion Week, as a lead artist, many of you may think we just turn up on the day and make the magic happen. Our journey with authentic beauty concept and the designer and the design team actually starts 4 months in advance. So as much as styling the hair on the day is such an important part of the whole brand and the designer's vision, it really is just a very small element of what we do. So the challenges in the build-up to it can be communicating, can be aligning with what a designer wants, seeing their vision. You also have to understand it's not a hair show, it's actually a collaboration to support the designer.
We are at Erdem today. Can you describe the creative process when you're working on a new hairstyle for a fashion show?
Wow, the creative process when working on a hairstyle. I could tell you so much. I think it really is important, as if you turn around you'll see there's a process of images, working with a mood board, obviously working with the designer. I'm here to bring his vision to life. It's not a hair show, it's not really about the hairstylist, it's about elevating Erdem's vision. So it will start with a conversation, we'll see some references, we'll go to a hair test, and we'll then create a look, which is the Erdem Autumn Winter 24 hair look that I've called the Bel Canto hair wrap.
It's so lovely having our community here with us today. What advice do you have for aspiring hairstylists emerging in the fashion industry?
Best advice I can give anybody who wants to work in the backstage fashion industry is be prepared for this and more. You've got to be able to deal with ever-changing, evolving situations. Things may not be quite right. You've got to have a thick skin. Nothing's personal. Just get on with it. Don't worry. Look and learn and grow as an artist.
Talking about working with fashion designers, how do you approach collaborating with fashion designers to complement their collections?
So when I approach working with a designer, I like to look back at what they've previously done. For example, if a designer has never worked with a wig and I bring the wig bag to the test, I'm going to freak him out. It's all about doing your research, understanding the designer, understanding the client and the client's needs. It's always about a collaboration. You've probably heard me say that again and again.
So how do you balance creativity with meeting the practical needs of the fashion show?
So there's always a balance and a synergy with the makeup, with the designer. We're bringing and supporting his vision. What I really love about working with Erdem this season is it really is a collaboration of beauty. If you come with me, I'm going to show you something. It looks quite simple on the surface, but there's a lot of elements. There's a lot of steps, and it's a combination of working with the makeup artist, discussing the positioning of the face tape. There's lots of key elements, and it's really about a collaboration this time with the makeup and the hair to bring Erdem's beauty to life.
Today we are at Yuhan Wang. Can you share with me how do you find inspiration for creating new and unique hairstyles like today?
So finding inspiration for new and unique hairstyles is always one of the most exciting parts of working at Fashion Week. And today we're backstage at Yuhan Wang. The collection is inspired by the trials. It's about empowerment of women in the legal profession. We wanted to keep it away from being too literal. I didn't want to create all barrister wigs. So it was about finding that sweet spot, that balance. Now we know Yuhan loves volume, she loves texture in the hair, she loves rolls. So what we've done this season is we've given her a volume at the front. When the girl comes out, you have one impact, and then when the girl comes from behind, you get another impact. So it's continually adding a layer and layer and layer.
So we are really embracing the atmosphere of the backstage right now. Describe the atmosphere at backstage at a major fashion show event.
So the atmosphere backstage is electric. I really enjoy working backstage. I like being part of a team and being a collaborator. It's really important to remember that you are part of a team. It's not just about the hair, and you're there to support the designer's brief and what vision they have.
So how do you ensure that hairstyles you create align with the overall aesthetic of the show?
So in order to make sure the hairstyles I create align with the aesthetic of the show, it's really important to listen. You have to be involved in the full creative process, constantly communicating with the designer. Things go back and forth. You also have to be flexible. You have to be prepared to change things super last minute.
Tell me, what is your favorite part of hairstyling process?
So my favorite part of the hairstyling process is building, creating, researching, and then you get to the day and it's kind of like relief. You see everything happen, especially at Fashion Week when you see 20, 30, 40 models walking down the runway. It's a really satisfying moment.
How do you adapt your styling technique to suit the different fashion designers' visions?
It's really important. I've said it again and again. You need to listen, you need to collaborate, you need to be involved in the creative process from start, middle, and end.
Adam, we are just wrapping up the Eudon Choi show. How do you handle the pressure and maintain your creativity under tight deadlines?
I need to always take a check-in and a pause. I need to have trust in my team and relinquish this control freak, and it's a process. I know that I could do all 20, 30 models if you just line them up, and that's an unrealistic expectation on myself and the team. You've got to take that moment, pause. When everything's going crazy, just find a way to center yourself, focus on the model that's in front of you, and you can just keep going and bash out great hair.
As a global advocate for authentic beauty concept, how do you see the brand influencing the future of hairstyling and beauty trends?
As a global advocate for authentic beauty concept, I love working with the products. They're able to support, elevate, and I've realized that I can actually push these products further and further. If you look at the Eudon Choi Autumn Winter 2024 show, we overloaded the hair with airy texture spray to create this matted, textured, really lived in feel. But what I love about working with authentic beauty concept products is that I'm always able to go a step back. I can never get stuck and overload and get into trouble.
When working with models and designers, how do you ensure that hairstyles enhance and complement the overall fashion narrative?
When working with a designer and models backstage at Fashion Week, it's really important to know it's not a hair show, it's not all about me. But they are booking me to bring in my experience, my eye, my taste and my aesthetic. It's really important to listen in the hair tests, to read the brief, really try to get inside the designer's world. I know I'm not going to bring 25 wigs to Eudon Choi. I know I maybe push that far with Yuhan Wang, and that's what's really exciting about having this depth of designers that I work with each season at London Fashion Week.
Adam, as someone deeply involved in the world of fashion and beauty, what role do you think hairstyling plays in expressing individuality?
As someone really involved in the beauty side of the fashion industry, I think hair plays a crucial role. It's almost like wearing a hat. It can say so much about you if you have a baseball cap, a bucket hat. It really adds to your character. It allows you to be individual and play with your personality, and it's also changeable. I'd like to say a massive thank you to the Authentic Beauty Concept community, the incredible advocates, Caroline, Annika, Tasha. If you spin around, you've been amazing. How has it been, everybody?
Oh, incredible.
Yeah. And lots of gratitude to everybody. We've really upped our game, not just me, but the whole team, and we are a unit, and I'm very grateful that all of you have been here.